Hey there, Wargamers, Justin here, and Painter here, and we are now live. I apologize for the delay there. I was going to be here a few minutes sooner, but had a snafu with my coffee. And so I have these big giant coffee cups to drink out of, and I use a Keurig. So I push the button for large cup, and it's normal. I push the button for like a medium cup, normally, I think, which is usually normal. Well, today, it filled to the brim and it was leaking over. So I was like scrambling to try and make my coffee and fix a mess. So here we are. This is not coffee.
The Emperor's chosen.
And starting out with stream, 2 subs, Mammoth and Mr. Noah Skiles. Thank you. I appreciate that, guys. Putting us at 15 to start the month. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. So, that said, folks, as always, I hope that you guys are having a good week thus far, and I hope that you guys are getting some hobby progress in. If you aren't, hopefully you at least have some good positive vibes coming your way. Hopefully you'll make some time to do some hobby stuff. If not, perhaps you can hang out with us and just feel a little bit better than you might have before we got online. Thank you for the lurk there, Bob. I appreciate that. As we get started today, let me finish drinking my little juicy juice. We have some V8, and I figured drinking the V8 might not be bad. So I've been trying to drink some lately, get more veggies in, basically, in liquid form. Also, probably about 1 billion grams of salt. But it tastes good. It's like drinking tomato juice, or tomato soup. Tomato juice down. Yeah. And minus the Worcestershire sauce and a little bit of Cajun seasoning. Yep. Alright, guys. So let's switch cameras here and let's talk about a few things. I got a few things to show you guys before we get into doing some painting today. You hate Bloody Marys? I used to play games with a guy who was a bartender, and he told me about his Bloody Marys. I don't know how he did it, but when he served them, he would make the Bloody Mary however he did it, and then he used a Slim Jim that he made into a straw. So you could drink your Bloody Mary through a Slim Jim, and then when you were done, you ate the Slim Jim. I don't know how he did it, but that's what he said he did. Which sounds interesting, because then the Slim Jim's got all the flavor in it. But if you don't like Bloody Marys, then you wouldn't like that either, probably. But anyways, let's go and switch cameras here. And as always, we gotta turn it on, because for whatever reason, it doesn't auto-activate. Alright, so, first and foremost, we do have our new donation goal up for the month. Nick was the first one to help out with that one. Actually, did it not reset? It was supposed to. Hang on. Let me check here. What is this? What is this one? Oh, it's the follower goal. Okay. Yeah, that one's probably overdue too. Psycho, thank you for the like on Facebook. Alright, so we got our new donation goal up for the month. We had Nick Newsack, if I said it right, from the stream, donated yesterday. He's the first one to go towards it. It is a lofty goal, but my goal this year is to raise funds to get 3 cameras. Not nice ones like this, but 3 good ones like we use at DRD for battle reports. And my switcher box, and then whatever other elements. Oh, and a microphone. I need a microphone too. This one's fine, but basically raising funds to start going towards the inevitable, hopeful stream room when I can get moved out, and putting funds towards that now, or setting them aside as we earn them, is a good thing. So that is what our stream goals are going to be for the next several months. If we hit them, those funds are going towards procuring the equipment so that when we do get to shift spaces, we've got everything we need to be able to do live stream games from my area like we would at DRD, and I won't have to travel. And that opens us up for doing more stuff. Maybe not just painting at home. Maybe there'll be a day where we don't want to paint, we want to play a game before work, things like that. So that's the goal. I don't know if we'll reach it, but that's what the funds for probably the next 6 months are going to go towards. If we hit every month's donation goal, it won't take that long. But I'm guesstimating that it'll probably take 6 to 8 months. So that's my guess. And yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about doing some more Battletech on stream. I'm excited at some point to be able to do maybe some campaign stuff.
Claim it in the name of the Emperor.
Oh, Clan Wolf, you didn't have to do that, man, but thank you. You've done plenty, dude. Yesterday you donated 10 subs, but thank you. I did talk to Austin about you donating money, and you need, or not you, but me wanting you to have a computer. And he's like, you should just put it all to the side, and then gift it back to him, and then be like, here's a computer. 6 to 8 months. Yeah, sorry, not 68 months. Yeah, 6 to 8. But thank you, Clan Wolf. I appreciate that. So we are 14% of the way towards this month. And then we could play games right after you did that. Boom, boom, boom. Actually, you'd probably have to buy a monitor because you'd need that. But anyways, that's the goals that we have, and I don't think they'll be too bad. Like I was saying, doing some live streamed games, campaigns, roleplay stuff would be cool. Like trying to being able to do stuff at home means I might be more open to trying to do like classic Battletech a little bit, maybe even like campaign style. Doing other stuff that is away from the normal confines of the paint section, right? And I think that would be a lot of fun. And then post-COVID, having a setup like that means I can invite friends over and we could play with you. So like, if Bob wanted to come down, he couldn't make it to DRD, but he could make it here. You know, we could play a game from the house with you guys, or from the apartment, wherever. Things of that nature. It just opens up a lot more opportunities than being tethered only to the shop. So, thank you guys for sticking with me and helping me push towards the goals I want, and more so right now, Clan Wolf. Thank you again for your support. I appreciate it. As we start today's stream, though, I do want to talk about a little bit more Battletech. I know you guys, some of you guys might be tired of hearing about it, but we're going to hear about it some more. I did some design stuff yesterday at the shop. That is an old one. I started out by designing a column, just to see if I could get something to work. And it's not perfect. There's some changes I want to make, but for proof of concept, I was able to make a column. We designed a column. I say we. I designed a column. And then I went back in and I was like, I want to design walls. Now, there's some glaring changes that needed to be made. I'm not so happy with the rivets. And these are mirrored. So what I need to do is have some different, and then they're mirrored over here. So what should have happened was this panel, I should have pulled it and put it here. And then, actually, that would have mirrored too. What I need to do is, this panel should have went here. So they're mirrored on both sides, but then you can see through. So what I'm going to do is design a few other plates like this, with varying holes in them, so they're not exactly the same. We'll have some ruined walls for Battletech. Now, this fixes a hex. This is directly in the center, so it'll go down a line of hexes. So, like, if here's another one there, boop, and then boop, and boop. So it'll go. And then on your map, you'll be able to orient it based on this one. It's a little difficult to try and do stuff that goes straight across because we're working with a hex and not an octagon. So being able to have these go all the way around and have the same flat facing it's possible, but if I do it that way, it'll look shitty. You'll see the way I've designed this one. These plates come up over, and this one sits back. If I was to make them where they didn't do that, the plates would sit like they would sit like this. So if this was one of the plates and this was a plate, and I had them do that, they would touch like that. And you'd get that weird triangle wedge in between them because of the way the hexes would be. So in order to make it look nicer, you have to stagger them so that they sit back. Now if it was an octagon, you know, instead of having the corner or the triangle kind of corners.
In the name of the Emperor.
Hey, Noah, thank you. You didn't have to do that either, but I appreciate it. Thank you. I love you a long time, too. He just feels guilty because I sent him a cool thing for Christmas. Anyways, it's difficult to do that, and then even then on an octagon, you would have 4 points, for the flats, and then your you'd be limited on going straight and then going sideways, and it would be really hard to do diagonals. So there's some design limitations, but I kind of like where this is going. I want to fix the walls a little bit, and then we'll have 2 of these. So you could do like a little corner setup, you know, doo, doo. And then I want to have one that is one column and a wall, a broken wall, a full wall with a gate, another column, and then a broken wall. So it's kind of what I want to do, and have that plus these 2, and you'll have a cool little like perimeter to put around what was formerly a city or a base, and then inside have your terrain, you know, so like maybe one of these little bunkers, you know, inside the base, which I think will be really, really neat. Height wise, this should be right around height 4, and the hexes should be, yeah, they're a little bit bigger than the models, so they should fit right into them. What did you get? And then I'm going to be working with Austin to have him design some resin turrets that drop in on top of this. Sorry. Weird. I was thinking you were talking to Noah as he opened one from you. Yeah. And then I thought for a second you were talking about the gift I sent him in the mail, and then you were talking about my skid. So, because I sent him the Jinx Funko and the Vi Funko Pop. I thought he would appreciate those. Hopefully you left them in the box, Noah. Hopefully you left them in the box. If I recall, the Jinxed one is not particularly easy to find, or at least it's more valuable than the Vi one. So be aware. Anyways, design some resin turrets that sit in on this. Probably be about like that big, you know, like little autocannons or little missile launchers. That's a maybe. You know, so you could defend the base. And then the one that would be like that with a wall, and then the gate, it'll have 2, and then the one on the back corner would have 1. Kind of like how I also want to do on this one. We're going to design a drop-in plate with a resin satellite that sits or comes out of it. So that'll be pretty neat. I'm pretty excited about the development of this. So right now I've got 4 hangars, 3 motor pool slash industrial buildings. I've got 3 pillboxes, so that's 10 buildings. And then I'll have my 3 wall segments, or 2 wall segments and a gate. So if we call those buildings, that is 13. Then I want to do a tower, air traffic control tower, and some Quonset huts. So the Quonset huts will probably just be like 3 or 4 of the same building. So let's just call it 2 new buildings, 15 different buildings. Actually, I guess it'll be 14 because these would be the same. 2 of them will be. And then I want to do the HPG. And then maybe a little scatter thingy. So, I'm not sure what time I'll be home. That's the thing. I am not sure what time. You guys know me with work. But that is that. And then on the hobby front, I got some cool stuff in. I got some plinths. They're in a different room. They are for my busts that I want to paint. And then I got one of these handy dandy dudes in. I like the packaging, it's cool. They only had the 90 bar, the 90 millimeters, so it's a little tall. I'm not jazzed about that. I'm hoping I could pick up some spare bars from Pneumatic. He was supposed to sell me one of these, so I had an extra one. But that has not happened yet. How am I supposed to get this out of here? I guess like that. Anyway, he's supposed to sell me an extra one so I could have a couple extra new paint handles to try new stuff out with. But I'm pretty excited. That one actually does not have a very snug fit. But that comes out, that pops in, and it holds a model. And normally you would have like a bar up here that you could, I would see up the bar, but you'd have the bar up here and you could put your finger on it. It's a little tall, so I'm hoping he's got the set where I can snag from him and get the littler ones. And then that loosens up and you can pop the bar off. It comes off. It's this one's a little loose. I'm not sure exactly why it's loose. But who knows? You could probably actually tighten that. No, even pinching it's not really impacting the tension. But I got that. And like I said, waiting on to hear from Pneumatic, and then I got some alternate cork drop-ins that'll fit cork. That'll fit 32mm bases. Let's save that just in case I need to reorder anything. So like on this, that pops out. Let's say I want to paint on a Space Marine. Just wedge that open. We put him down in there. If I can get that. Yeah. It's a little tight. There we go. So his base is in there, and then you would wedge him down in here. Boop, 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 and it holds him. Okay. And then for this, just push the bottom, pops out. Yep. And the regular one's got a little slit, so you can pin your models and then put the pins down in the slit, and then push it down. And the tension holds them in place. Yep. And then I got this one. This is fancy. This is the fancy paint handle. Now this is a lot tighter on this one. Doesn't free move as much. Got a little stand. Do that. It's got. You'd have to use a pencil or something to get in there, but you can. Whoop, and that releases the cork. And you could also put this stuff in here too. So if I want to do 32mm, I could do that. Easy peasy. So this is a bit more of a fancy paint handle, and I've got my plastic ones that work just fine. But I figure for upgrading the visual quality of the stream, we start working on a bust or something. Having one of these and a nice bust in it would just look nicer while I'm painting, since you guys spend a lot of time staring at my hands. So I think that would be pretty cool. Pretty cool. A little bit expensive, but there was a Black Friday deal, so that helped. All right, hang on. Oh, my phone was vibrating. And my nose is running. Alright. But them hands. What's up, Nick? What up? You got us going for our bonus Battletech stream yesterday with your donation, and Clan Wolf and Mr. Noah Skiles here came in hot, and we're almost 20% of the way there. Almost. So thank you. Alright, let's see here. On over. So Clan Wolf, you getting any hobby progress in today? What's on the agenda? Yep, we had a goal for the month. It's a lofty goal, but you guys get a bonus stream from me if we hit it. I get to take some time away from work on a Sunday, play a game with you guys, probably have Austin participate again, and then the funds will go towards procuring equipment for the stream. I want to get 3 more cameras. I want to get the switcher deck, and I want to get a microphone, a good microphone. That's what I want to do. So, but to get things started today, we're going to pick up where we left off, working on this bro. So, we were working on the checker pattern yesterday, and if I recall, I was blacklining in between his panels. So we're going to pick up with that today and see where the stream takes us. Clan Wolf, how was your D&D session yesterday? How did that go? All right, so I want to. Anything interesting happen? It's D&D, though. It's supposed to always be exciting. You're hanging out with friends and playing, well, running a game in this case. Rain Sungama, how you doing? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. I appreciate you popping in today. Thank you. Now you're catching me working on some Battletech here, doing some rambling as I always do. The stream has grown accustomed to this. It is pretty much most of what happens. I get some painting done and a lot of rambling done. It's kind of just what happens. I think sometimes it's a goal of the stream to get me sidetracked. I'm convinced that this is something that people try to do. It's like, what kind of tangent can we get Justin on today? And then they try. Now, Daff used to really try and get me going about Star Wars. He'd bring something up about Rey or the new movies or whatever. He used to try. I stopped falling for those traps. Okay. Well, good, Nick. That's great. I'm glad you feel better about him. Oh, nice. Well, I'm glad Clan Wolf brought us another viewer. He does what he does. He's always out there mingling and networking, doing the do. I believe he is the reason that I know Thunderhead at this point. What stream did Clan Wolf engage with you in? Okay. He is indeed. Oh, that. Well, there we go. So, Rain, what were you working on in your stream? And Nick, yeah. Trying to compare yourself to others is rough. It is rough. If it's me you're comparing yourself to, try and use that as some inspiration, but it's not the end all be all, man. I don't think I'm the best painter in the world. But in this particular case, you're trying to make some hobby progress, and you're comparing yourself, and you feel as though you are struggling. So I think it is prudent to encourage you to, if you're looking up to me and you like my work or you aspire to emulate what I do, to allow that to motivate you and not demotivate you. If it is demotivating, then it is it's failing to do its job. It's doing you a disservice. So, highly encourage you to at least try to change the perspective a little bit. Oh, talent is a pursued interest, man. If it's something you did have interest in doing, all you gotta do is try. Eventually, you will get where you want to be. Okay. Javasuko, are you trying to tempt me to come watch your stream? Trying to get me to come snack with you? Is that what you're saying? Are you making fun of me? You poking fun? Where's the pizza? Today I had a cup of V8 juice and some cashews. That was my breakfast. Miniac is on a different level than me. If we're talking about a scale of, Justin the Miniac, as in like a 1 to 10, I'm like a 3. He's on a different level, my dude. But I understand for sure. Oh, I slide it, Nathan. I love it. Eggs out of your hand. It would be slightly more funny if Nathan actually showed up and hung out with us, but he doesn't. Of course, nobody from Kit Kringle really... Well, except for Bob. I don't consider Bob the Kit Kringler. He's Bob. Bob is Bob. But I don't think anyone else from Kit Kringle shows up and hangs out here. That still seems very, very, very faint. What do we got going on here? Yep. Okay. Yeah, I mean, having goals is a good thing, but not allowing the pursuit of those goals to demotivate you is a huge deal. And I get it. I used to be there too, where I looked up to the artists that I aspired to emulate or learn from or be on that level. And it used to be hard. And then one day it's like, I'm doing my own thing. I'll let that be motivation, but I can't let it be the only thing that I'm doing, like I may never be on the same level as Sam or the Miniac or Angel Giraldez or Lester Bursley, and a multitude of other artists that get even crazier. This like Sergio dude on Instagram I follow, this Dimok guy I follow, like just absolute bananas painters, and it gets to a point where you're just like, are you a robot? So like, but allowing it to not demotivate you, but rather give you inspiration for where you might want to try and go. That's what I've tried to do. And then take a step back and try as best you can to be happy with what it is you're able to achieve. If it's the best work that you could do, and you've done the best you can, it sounds cliche, but if your pursuit of art leads you to where you are a better artist today than you were yesterday, and tomorrow you're going to try and be a better artist than you were today, that's all that you can really do. And trying to get that mind set right can be difficult, but can be very helpful to have realistic expectations of your own goals. And be kind to yourself, Know that it's going to take time to get where you want to go and not beat yourself up too much. And I say this from experience. I used to be really rough on myself. We're talking like yelling and throwing shit. I used to get so frustrated when I couldn't do something, and now it's like, it sucks, but I just move on and try harder on the next one, or try not to get flustered. And I realize that's really, it's easier said than done sometimes, I get it, but it's a worthy thing to try and focus on. But yeah, back in the day when I first started War Machine years ago, I think this was Mark II when I was playing War Machine the first time, and I was trying to paint white, and I would get so flustered, and You know, then I was playing League at the time, and I would stop and I'd go play some League, and then I'd be in the middle of a match, like, fuck it, we gotta finish this match. I gotta go back to work on that model. It's bugging me. Like, my OCD really dug in. And that model that I was working on, I think, was it wasn't even a lot of white. It was Kara Sloan from Signar, and she had a little bit of white on her, and I just could not get it right, and it frustrated me. And now when I look back, it's like, just do some glazing, man. Throw down some gray and glaze up to white, you know. Do those mini layers, and, you know, it'll take forever, but you'll get there. But back then, it's like, I had no idea. I just stressed out and got agitated. It's like, this should be easy, and I can't do it. What is going on? And I was so mad at myself. So mad. But I think one of the things that is very frequently happens is we don't give ourselves enough credit, and then when we do achieve something, it's not good enough, because once we achieve our goal, oftentimes we've got another goal behind that one that is the next goal, and we don't give ourselves time to enjoy whatever goal we've just achieved. So taking some time to be kind to yourself is a huge thing. You know, be hungry and eager to progress and grow, but don't forget to take a moment and assess where you've come from, you know, and enjoy the growth that you've already made. And that can sometimes be very difficult, because, you know, you might feel arrogant or unworthy, but something to work on. Also, don't throw your paintbrushes on the floor like that. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And then next year, you'll probably be 100% better than you were this year. Or something like that, you know. As long as you're making the strides and forward progress to try and get better, that's all you can really do. And Clown, if I don't actually think white is particularly easy, it's just I know how I want to approach it now versus then having no idea. It still sucks. But I don't get as stressed out over it now as I used to then, because I have a bit more experience, and I kind of have an idea what I want to do to achieve what it is I'm trying to achieve, versus then where I was just like willy-nilly doing shit, and it was so frustrating. What's up, Lando? You're stuck in crap? I forgot I did those. Yep. I mean, I think a lot of the older stuff I've painted is probably still fine. It holds up to the test of time. I've just gotten better. There's only... I think I've only done one project that does not stand the test of time, at least as a commission artist, and no photographs were taken because it was not something I was good at, and I let the client know ahead of time I wasn't good at it, so not to have expectations, and they wanted me to do this freehand stuff anyway. I was like, okay, it's not going to look good, and it did not. It was not a very good representation of my skill level, and was not going to put forth a good image for trying to promote commissions, so no photos of that project were ever taken. But I've done a lot of fun stuff. I've done crazy stuff like for Wheels. He's got some count as ODST models for his guard, which were a lot of fun. That was very different. I think he used Puppets War models for that. And then he's got some motorcycles from them to be his Rough Riders. It's an older project, but that was a lot of fun too. I mean, let's be honest, most of my commission work has been for Wheels and then Jason. That's I've done the most work for those two consistently. I've done, what, 2 things for you, Clanwell? I did that Domitar thingamajig, and then I did your Sons of Horse, Alpha Legion guy. I think that's the only 2 I've done for you. Yep. I did do his Death Guard, minus the conversion on the Dragonfly Helldrake. Austin made that. Yeah, I did Arjek Rockfist for you, and the guy on the, I can't remember his name, the guy on the wolf, and you let me source the model, so I got you the pewter one instead of the plastic or the resin one. And yeah, the Death Guard one was cool until they came out with the Death Guard Codex, and his army was not playable anymore. He could play it in the standard Space Marine Codex, but that wasn't the intent of it. I mean, we couldn't know. He's had bad luck with me, honestly. Painting-wise, it's been fine. But he had that happen with the Death Guard, and then he had that happen with the Blood Angels. My first project for Wheels was Blood Angels, and I did his army, and then right after, they took away Assault Marines as troops, right after I did his whole army. Yep. And then Bob's got an Eldar model I painted. He won one of the Space Wolves, I believe I painted on stream. And that was back when I did Tutorial Tuesdays, I believe. And then he's got a Thunderwolf Cavalry HQ that I painted him as well, but not the named guy. But those weren't commissions. Yep. I forgot. I did his Eldar, and he got all those jet bikes done, and then the edition changed right afterwards, and then the bikes weren't able to be used the same way. His whole army didn't function anymore. Yep, forgot that one. You see, Wheels has had it worse than I have, but exactly what happens to Wheels happens to me. Every time I've done an army or something changes by the time I finish it. Wheels books a commission, and then by the time he gets his commission, the edition has changed or the rules have changed, and he can't use them the same way. And the models he has them in a frequency that he doesn't need. He's got too many of things, or he doesn't have enough of something else to actually be able to use them anymore because they change formations or detachments or whatever. And it's just, yep, that happens to me. And like when I talk about why I'm not as interested in 40K right now, there's a reason for you. There's a multitude of reasons, but there's one of them. Because that kept happening to me, and every time I'd finish something to be ready, they'd change something, and I got to start over again, or they'd put out new models, and I got to do more, and it's like I can't keep up. It's not as simple as just buying a box of Magic cards, trading and selling. I mean, it is if I want to pay for commissions. I suppose I could do that, but I don't want to pay for commission work. I want to paint my own stuff and play with my own models and have fun and forge a narrative. But they pump stuff out so quickly now that I just can't keep up. So I don't even try. There was a time I did. There was a time I used to try a lot harder. But if I'm honest, if it wasn't for the stream, my Dark Angels probably would have never got rolling. Between the donations I got and like Tanlin helping me get the Hellblasters. She doesn't hang out with us anymore either, unfortunately. I'm assuming he's just busy with work. Yeah, I assumed with work it's been really tough. And he's also got his little kiddo. Okay, so I'm liking kind of where this is, but I feel like we need to darken it down just a smidge. So we don't come in with a little bit of our secret sauce here and hit that black with a wash. Where's my notes? Gotta make it up. That is not it. I've got a note with my wash on here. There it is. Oh, coffee. Alright, hang on one second. Okay. Yay! Meeting boss is now over. Now you can hang out with us. We got you. Snoofy's stuck with us now. I like how I didn't say what blue I used, but I believe it's Tenebris. Did you? It would be funny if you actually did ask that. That would have been funny. You're fired. I don't know. But hopefully, hopefully she forgets she said that. Okay. Oh, man. I want to be famous. Bye. Now they've got crazy long names on them. Alright, so that is the blue mix, the blue black mix. Thank you. Appreciate that. I don't know, man. I mean, I know it's all automated and it's some kind of script or bot or whatever, but it's like, how do they even find me? It's like I'm not even a particularly... I mean, well, maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe looking for small streamers that they think might do it. But it's like, how do you even know where to look? Why are you even, like... How did I get into this bot's rotation? Man, I'm online when it runs, yeah. You know, here's a trend I've noticed. When the bot comes around, I think Java's always here. Maybe the bot follows Java. He does work IT. He has a mysterious income that we don't understand where it comes from. He's selling followers. And just imagine Javasuko made it work. He's like, okay, IT people, your job today, you're going to go to Twitch. You're going to make 300 accounts in the next 8 hours, and all of them are going to follow AMP services. He is using our new service. And it's javafollow.com. Please don't go to that. It might be a real site. It could be bad. And then he's like, if you fail to do this, you are fired. This is your job. My bot spams memes. I mean, given who's talking, I wouldn't put that past you. You did used to be the king troll in the stream. Not anymore. I'm not sure who has that title now. Yeah, the black looks a lot better now. We'll come back through with one more quick highlight and call that good. Actually, maybe I should stop playing with the black. Maybe that's good enough. We'll do this and then call it. I feel like I'm going too much on them. I still feel like some of those are a little, I don't know, maybe some of his panels need to pop here to make the this stuff show through a little bit better. Hey, see, Lando's Space Wolf played too. I did forget about that. He's mentioned it before. On a couple occasions. Alright, so let's try a little something else here. I think we're going to try out one of our new dry brushes here. We're going to see how this little one works. I'm the Army Painter. I think we might try a little bit of that paint. Unless the Longbeard Gray is just lighter. Longbeard Gray is a little lighter. I don't know. Let's just try this and see what happens. Okay. So this is my first time using one of these, so we're gonna give it a whirl, see how it goes. You still get a little bit of that kind of dry brush powdery look out of it, but not too bad. Yeah, so there's some areas that it's still going to struggle with here. I think maybe we hit that with the wash in a moment, and that might actually have that gray popping pretty nice. We'll see. I'm trying to speed some of the process up here. Also trying out new products.
Armor alert!
Hey, little Rady Raid coming in from Mr. Epic Duck. Nice. Give them a moment to get through the ads, and then we'll say what's up to our fellow painter and his
Squad
friends who've
morale
come along with.
restored.
Hey, thank you for giving that shout out to Clan Wolf. That keeps my hands on the paintbrush. What's up, Mr. Mike? If you guys are not following Epic Duck Studios, Mr. Mike Cousins here, popping over. Hit that follow button. Show
Squad morale
some
restored.
hobby love. I promise you won't be disappointed. This guy has got a very unique art style. Very kind of cel-shaded comic book vibe. Super good artist. And if you see people, once you see his art, you'll be like, yo,
Squad
someone
morale
else did something
restored.
similar, and you'll know exactly where they most likely got their inspiration from. He is quite amazing. Super chill guy. Pop on over. If you haven't already, hit that follow button. Show a little hobby love. Also, follows are free. So yeah, for everyone who's just followed as well, looks like we got SSP Nick, Prometheus OG, and Heathen Cross. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. How was your stream today, man? What were you working on? Can't stay right now. Need to run a few errands. I might be back later, so I'll lurk. Well, thank you for the view. Thank you again for the raid. I hope that your errands go well today, and I hope 2021 has started off with a positive bang for you. We all need a little bit of a win coming out of 2020, so hopefully, just hopefully, things are a little bit better than they were a week ago. I did see, if you're still sitting there before you run, I did see your Hulk that you finished, and that guy was, dude, some of your best work. Not even trying to just, like, you know, sling the awesome sauce at you and placate, but, like, your use of colors there, because I feel like the top you had, like, the green, and you had, like, a little hint of blue or something for the light hitting. Very good, dude. I was quite impressed. I'm pretty sure that was the one on Instagram where I said, and I quote, very sexy, or something like that. And, yes, crossbow, Aruf. It is an urban mech indeed. I spent a lot of time on that blue, and now I'm trying to speed up some of the process by doing some dry brushing. Trying to play around, use some new products. I've never used this dry brush from Army Painter. I got it for, got the set for Christmas from my mom, and giving it a whirl. See if I like it. I do think that it's got some telltale signs of normal dry brushing, but I feel like the fade from it is a little bit more clean. So I like that. It is a bit more all over, though, based on what I would get from my bevels, or my filbert tips, whatever they're called. So I am going to try and go over these one more time with a little bit of our secret sauce there and see if that will bring out the black and leave more of a gray. But yeah, we've been on a Battletech kick here as of late on the stream, and really enjoy working on the models, enjoying the Alpha Strike game. I'm having a lot more fun with this than 40k at this point. My pressure is also a lot less. Like, I don't feel as pressure to get stuff done with this as I do with 40k. It's really funny, though, the juxtaposition. I went through all that effort on the blue, and then I'm being lazy on the black. Thank you. I appreciate that. But one of the things I'm trying to tell myself is that like these were a learning project for me to try new techniques out. So like the gray and black may not be quite as clean as I would want it. And I could have done it cleaner, but it would have taken me longer. I'm trying to like remind myself that like you're practicing other things on these. The whole bottle doesn't have to be to the same crazy level. You know, just have fun with it and move on. So that's what I'm trying to do. And this here is a kind of a hybrid wash glaze thing. I add a blue-black mix that I like to use over black for tinting and washing. So I wrote down the ratio, and this is what I use to kind of tone things down. Yeah, that's a little bit better there. Oh, very cool. Yeah, you've got me. You've got I know Teal Security's working on some right now. You've got Thunderhead, and you've got Steiner Miniatures, but he's been doing a lot more 40K rate lately. But yeah, not a lot of people do it. And Prometheus, that's awesome. Do you have some pictures of your progress you'd like to share with us? I'm always excited to see new hobby progress, especially people who are just now getting in the hobby. Like, there's a vicarious feeling I get from seeing others who are getting into a hobby that I've been into for a long time. My same sense of joy is not there as it used to be. Like, I used to get so excited when I got a new unit, a new box, but once I started doing commission painting and air quotes professional work, the passion kind of got sapped a little bit. And then, trying to keep up with the meta, trying to buy new models and all that stuff, like the rush and the thrill kind of got lost a little bit. So seeing people who have that same excitement and thrill I had when I first started gets me happy and excited, because it's been so long since I felt that way. So I get to, for one little miniature, one little picture at a time, vicariously live through you for just a little bit. Get that same kind of feeling I used to have when I first started. Get back to the hobby roots, so to speak. Alright, so let's wash this arm here. I think I might come back over with one quick dry brush after it dries over the high points, just to get that crisp highlight there. Let's see here. Hey, Bob, thank you. Yo, if you like Gundams, you gotta check out Zelicons. Let's see, is he in here? He's not. Did I spell that right? Okay, it didn't. Yeah, I got his name wrong. There's another guy, Zelicons and Commander Lunchbox, that both do a lot of Gunpla stuff, and pretty cool. And there's also Wicked Jexter. I know Clamo's probably typing away right now. He hangs out there as well. So does Nomadic Chris, and he does some wild stuff with Gundams. I may not get to catch his streams, but I do follow him on Instagram, so I get to see some of the stuff when he posts it. But if you're looking for other streams as well, I don't want to run you off. I think it'd be awesome to have you hanging out here with us. But if you're liking Gundam stuff, check them out too. Especially if you're enjoying more obscure miniature stuff. Like, I mean, not that Gundams are obscure, but in the miniature gaming world and painting world, they're not quite as popular probably on Twitch as like 40K is. So if you're enjoying seeing me work on Battletech, checking out Thunderhead Studios, who's working on a lot of Battletech. He also works on a lot of Marvel Crisis Protocol. And then checking out Wicked Jexters, Elicons, and Commander Lunchbox, you're going to get exposed to a variety of other cool mecha goodness and not just 40K stuff. Not that there's anything wrong with 40K, but everyone does it. So being able to kind of find niches you enjoy and see those is good. Now, I also do 40K stuff. Just lately I've been taking a big break because 40K, Games Workshop in general, I feel like this pushed me out a little bit. Perhaps not intentional or directly, but I don't feel like I am their target market anymore. And I just feel a little alienated, so I just be like, you know what? I'm going to work on stuff that makes me happy. And your products stress me out. They're not making me happy. So, see you for a little bit. I'm going to work on some other stuff that makes me happy. Or at the very least, doesn't stress me out to the same degree that 40K stuff does. I feel like I could change my ratio a little bit here and have this stuff a smidge thinner, but we're good for now. Oh, right. I gotta get this arm, too. Yep. I feel you, too, Crossbow. Nice, Prometheus. I'll check that out in just a second. Nice, and you already follow Wicked Jexter and Commander Lunchbox. Nice. Maybe you'll catch Zelicon sometime. But yeah, I like painting a variety of stuff, but I really enjoy gaming with the minis I paint, so it's difficult sometimes for me to get motivated to paint something that is not a gaming mini. I do have some busts here, though. They're on my docket of things I want to try and tackle this year. I've got 4 busts. So let me wash this urban mech real quick so you can dry, and then I will check out your work. And speaking of that, hang on, Crossbow. Here's his Instagram. Let's see. Let me click that link first and verify that's who it is. It is. That's his. There you go. That's his Twitch. If you want to pop on over and hit that follow button, check him out. He raids me all the time. So anyone who happens to go over there in Zelicon stream, if you catch him online and you tune in because I recommended you check him out, let him know. Let him know that I'm spreading the good word and promoting some positive hobby vibes and those follow buttons. He's a smaller streamer here, but he raids me probably 90% of the time when I'm online. If he's online, he comes and he raids me, and it's pretty awesome. I don't think he does it just for like views and the normal Twitch game. You know, you guys know how that can be. I think he just likes hanging out, and he likes knowing that maybe I could be wrong, but I think he also enjoys knowing that like he paints something different. And I always get excited to see different stuff, especially when people are doing art and similar techniques to what I might do, but on different models. And I think that's really cool, and it helps cross-pollinate the community and expose people to new things. So he brings over some Gundam guys, and they get exposed to Battletech and 40K and whatever I'm working on, and the guys that hang out here get exposed to his Gunpla stuff and the things that he enjoys. And you know, it takes that one time where you see something and you go, hey, that model's really sick, I want to try one. Or insert whatever hobby it is, that video game, that thing that someone shows you, and then you find a new hobby or a new love. It takes that one little thing, and you never know when you're going to find it. And that's the thing I really like about trying to help promote other streamers as well, because you never know who's going to stumble into that. And you may lose a viewer here and there because they enjoy that other person's stream better, but you've done them a service if that happens. If they find a place they feel more welcomed, or they enjoy more, they like more, you know, they're gonna feel better about their time spent And even better if they find a place that maybe they don't necessarily, abandon you for it, but they get exposed to new products, a new hobby, a new thing they can also enjoy offline, and then you helped expose them to that. Like that it's awesome. It's nice to be a part of that. And that's what I like to do. Yeah, 3D printing's been bananas. That's really blown up. We've been doing a lot of that at the shop too. I work for, I should have said this. I'm bad about promoting what I do. I work for deathrodesigns.com. Coupon code GetAmped10 will save you 10%. 10% of whatever you spend there will also be donated to me in the form of a bonus check, which helps me procure paints, tools, models, things that I need for the stream to put on the show here for you guys. That also helps support the business I work for, so I get paid for my normal job, and I get paid a bonus for helping promote what I do off the clock. But we specialize in MDF terrain, acrylic widgets, tokens, things like that, and stencils, adhesive stencils. So yeah, totally forgot. All right, so at the shop, when I mention the shop, I'm referring to DRD. We've got 4 Elegumars printers now, and we just got 3 Ender FDM printers. So in the last 5 months, maybe, we've picked up 7 3D printers. So, all right, so we got Discord here. We're going to check out Prometheus OG. Yep. Now that's all on Austin. I don't know. They're black. I don't know what anything else about them. They say Ender on it. Clan, the back room is no longer a game room. And those 3D printers don't take up a lot of space. We have 4 on the back wall and 3 on the other corner. We moved that table out. Nice. Let's see. Prometheus, is this a salamander or a dark angel? I'm getting a salamander vibe. Got it. I don't smell heresy, so figure salmon. Yo, I played Dark Angels. My own successor chapter called The Angels Enlightened, so. Yup. But yeah, dude, this looks really cool. The eyes kind of gave it away. I feel like salamanders have the yellow eyes with the green. Very cool. I dig the basing, too. Very nice. You know what? If I had actually looked at this photo first, I would have noticed, because it says Noctis, which I think the salamander's homeworld, I think, is Nocturne. So you've got Noctis, so that, that connection would have made sense. And the salamander head that you freehanded here, yeah, I would have immediately got it. Yeah, very cool, man. That's awesome. I appreciate you sharing, dude. Coming on over an Epic Ducks stream here and showcasing some work immediately. That is pretty awesome, dude. Let's, here we go. Do you have an Instagram? If you don't have an Instagram, I highly recommend you pick up or get an Instagram account, not just because you could follow me, because you could,
morale restored.
but also because you could showcase your work with everyone else. Kuno Belin, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, I highly recommend everyone who doesn't have an Instagram get one. Not just because you can follow me and see what I do, but also because it's a great way to catalog your work. So that if you posted this today, a year from now, you can go back to your feed and be like, oh, hey, I did that. And you can see chronologically how you've progressed over time. And that's a great place to store all your stuff. Not so much if you want to get the images back off to do other stuff with it. That's kind of a pain, if even possible. But it's great. And then in addition to that, you can network with other artists, follow people you like, meet people you didn't know, see what they're working on, and network. It's really good. It's a really good resource. Yeah, man. So if you want to drop your Instagram link in the chat, hit it up, and we'll check out what you got over there, and I'll hit the follow button. I probably spelled Vulcan wrong, but you know what I meant. Boom. Follow butts. Got some salamander scouts over here. Some lizardmen. Is this D&D? Yeah, it looks like it's old Wizards of the Coast D&D on the old maps. I used to play Star Wars miniatures, and they had these little grids years ago. Kitty cat. Well, very cool, man. So this looks like it's a relatively new endeavor, or at least you're relatively new to posting stuff. Very cool, man. Hey, that works too. Nice. Clan Wolf will probably appreciate your Necron here. Now, I don't mean an insult at all with this, and you may see, you may not, but I'm getting a Braveheart vibe from this guy. You got that blue going down the face, and it makes me think that in whatever binary language the Necrons scream, that he's screaming freedom. Which, considering their souls are kind of trapped in the metal, kind of fitting. So, hopefully that's not insulting to Subway, but the blue on the face made me think of Braveheart. There you go. Freedom! Yep. Alright, so we're going to come back over these guys with one more quick pass with the dry brush here. I'm going to try and be super clean with it because I don't want to feel like I'm getting too gray. I really just want to get the top edges here. Okay, so let's start with old big boy here. So kind of just want to hit. I don't want that powdery look, but also this is kind of my cheat way of not edge highlighting. We got all these nice hard edges, so might as well utilize the benefits of the dry brush to get our highlights here, or at least prevent having to spend that extra time highlighting. I think that worked out pretty well. But yeah, that's pretty awesome, man. Clan Wolf here's been working on some Necrons recently, and he's got a slightly different scheme, but he's also using blue as well. Very cool. Yo, SSP Nick, let me show you a little something, my dude. Here's the deal. If you like the idea of painting Battletech, this website here, Fortress Games and Minis, I promote them because they're a local shop to me. It's a very new store. I know the owner. Very nice guy. You can pick this stuff up from Miniature Market, Amazon, your FLGS as well, but if you're looking for really good prices, it's going to be hard to beat right now on his website. He's got the Clan Invasion box, $32.50, comes with 5 mechs, 2 elemental units, which are little infantry, maps, and dice and stuff like that to play. It's like a contained box. The Battletech Game of Armor Combat, this one right here, $45, comes with 8 mechs, maps, cardboard standees, so you can play with more stuff if you want, dice, everything you need to play a game in that box. It's not all the expanded rules, but just for you and a friend to pull it out of a box and play and have no obligation to spend more money, that box will do you. If you want to get the Griffin, the $15 beginner box only comes with 2 mechs. It's got a Griffin and a Wolverine in it. It's the only way to get that Griffin right now outside of, somebody parting the box out. But if you're wanting to get into Battletech, the easiest recommendation I have is get the Game of Armor Combat box, $45 plus shipping. Sometimes you can find it on Amazon cheaper. You can get on Miniature Market if you want, wherever you want to go. But this is a good way. You and a buddy can grab it and look at it as a living board game. If you get that box, you and a buddy can split it if you want to, or you can paint it and you can just play with them. 4 mechs, and you clash. There's 2 assaults, 2 heavies, 2 mediums, 2 lights. So you could split them that way. So you have a pretty even fight, mostly. And you can play it like a board game. And then the living part of it is, if you want to take it to the next step, you can buy the full rule set if you want. Don't have to. And there's 2 rule sets. There's Alpha Strike, which is very large scale with lots of units games. I say lots of units, more than a Lance. A Lance is 4 mechs. Alpha Strike is allows you to play with multiple units very quickly, kind of 40k, which is a slow game, but like 40k style skirmishy kind of game versus a really small amount. The Game of Armor Combat, or not Game of Armor Combat, Classic Battletech, the Total Warfare book, is more like D&D as a good comparison. It's very crunchy. You keep track of every little damage on every location of your mech, and it's a bit slower. So if you want more of a campaign style, you can get the Classic Battletech Total War book, or if you want a real fast-paced, use a card. You literally have cards. You can print them out. There's a website. I'll show you that too. It's legit. It's real. It's not some bullshit made-up stuff by a community member. This is master unit list. So let's say you really like this awesome on painting. You like the checker pattern. You come in here. We go to the search bar. Type in awesome. And then you're like, okay, I don't know which version I want. Who fucking knows? We're just going to click one. And of course I click there it is. So you can come in here and you can expand that. You can print that card. This is official. It's from the top. Like, this site is maintained by Topps, which is the company that owns the rights to Battletech. Catalyst produces stuff on their behalf or something like that. Whatever. You see Catalyst's thing here too. They do the game. This is for Alpha Strike. So with classic Battletech, you would need to source all your sheets, your data sheets to play with, buy books if you aren't pirating. But with this, it's all free. Yeah, so as Crossbow said, Classic is great for Lance on Lance or smaller. You get beyond 4 mechs, and it can take a weekend to play a game. But with Alpha Strike, you could have, you know, a company on company, so 12 mechs, or tanks and support, and play in an afternoon. Yeah. So Phasa got bought out by, or not Phasa, I don't know who got all the rights, but Wizards, I think it was Wizards of the Coast, maybe, or whoever. I think it was WizKids. I got a book here somewhere. It's got it, but whatever. And it changed hands a few times. Catalyst is who has it now, or / Topps. Whoever Catalyst might be producing it on behalf of Topps. I don't know, but it's changed hands a few times. So you're familiar. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, so then Phasa was doing it on behalf of Topps. Then WizKids did it. And then Catalyst did it on behalf of Topps. That makes sense. Okay, that makes more sense now. So Topps owned it, and they licensed out the IP to a company. Yeah, so back in early 2000s, WizKids did it, and then after they went under and lost the thing, Catalyst picked it up. So anyways, since you're familiar, I don't have to explain all the stuff, because you know Classic. The new rules, new Alpha Strike is a lot of fun. It's very easy to get into, and if you're looking to get the new stuff, this is an easy way to do it. So all your old stuff's still usable. You can use all your old pewter mechs if you want to, or plastic mechs if you have them. Oh, that's fine. Actually, if you've got some old metal mechs, they may actually have some value, because some of those unseen mechs were out of production for lawsuit reasons, and there were a very limited amount of them that were produced, and they hold a lot of value. I don't know the list of all the unseen, but there's a bunch. So I didn't play older Alpha Strike. I've only played the recent Alpha Strike, and I like it. I like Classic too, but I don't have a lot of time to game, so Alpha Strike's very quick for me. I can play it an evening, 3 to 4 hour game, which similar time allotment to 40k. I also don't know what I'm doing, so if I knew all the rules, probably be down to 2.5, 3 hour game. So right in par for a speedy 40k game. Versus Classic, when I've played, it's been 5 to 7 hours minimum. Yeah, Iron Metal's still doing stuff. I like Alpha Strike for the speed. It might not be your jam. You might like Classic. But in either case, if you do want to dabble in the new stuff, these box sets, I feel like I'm pushing this like I make money off Fortress. I don't get anything from this guy. But him doing well means Battletech's doing well, so I try. So if you do want to get into it, $50 investment for the Game of Armor Combat, if that's all you ever spend. You got a cool box of mechs that you can paint and play, some one-off games with some friends, and just pull it down and play it kind of like a board game if you like it. If you want to expand, maybe get the Clan Invasion, and then you've got Inner Sphere and Clan stuff that can clash, and the Alpha Strike's pretty balanced. In Classic, the clans are usually like premium high points, a lot of battle value, like a 75-ton Timberwolf versus a 75-ton insert whatever from the Inner Sphere. Probably not even. Tonnage is even, but the pilot skill level, or gunnery skill level, pilot skill level, and equipment is just vastly different. In Alpha Strike, the points are pretty reasonably balanced, so you could play Clan versus Inner Sphere and have a fun thematic game, but not have to work so hard to balance it because of the disparity between the units. Like, Alpha Strike, it's dumbed down. It's a simplified game so that you can play with your cool stompy robots and roll dice. If you want to be super pedantic and very true to the lore, and the way the mechs function, you've got Classic. It just depends on what it is you want and what your time investment's going to be. I like cool mechs, personally. That's what I like. So I like that. But this is the entry level. I think is worth checking out. The new Lance packs and or clan packs and stuff. I think a Lance pack that's coming out from Kickstarter, it's 4 mechs for about $20 retail. You can, Miniature Market has them on pre-sale for like $18. That's less than $5 a mech for them, $5 a mech-ish in that pack from the Kickstarter. Plus you got an extra one for ordering through the Kickstarter. So you got 5 mechs. She got a salvage box one. Comes in a little box like that. You get a random guy. And then the clan boxes, which have a star, so 5 mechs, they're like $25 MSRP. They're pre-selling them on Miniature Market cheaper than that, but that's still $5 a mech. It's a really good deal. There's a lot of nice metals. There's a lot of not nice metals, but you're still looking at 12 to 15 usually, give or take a couple dollars on the metals. The plastics for $5 ish a piece are really good, and I'll show you a couple here. So these two are in the new Game of Armor Combat box, the Awesome and the Thunderbolts. This guy's from the Kickstarter. He was like $6 or $7. He was a single. He wasn't in a box. He was just for funsies. They made him as kind of a troll. These are 2 of the new clan mechs. You've got the Summoner and the Mad Dog. And in the $5 range of value for that plastic is really not that bad. Oh, see... Crossbow, I don't mind the cost of pewter mechs because a standard Space Marine from Warhammer 40k is like $35 minimum for a character. So the pewter's still not bad. If you want to get 100 mechs, yeah, that's a lot of money. But like buying a lance of mechs for $60 is not too bad at the high end. Compared to 40k, that's always my benchmark because 40k is super expensive. But when you're comparing pewter to the quality of plastic, I mean, even Infinity is... a little bit more expensive per model than the pewters from Battletech. You just need less models for Battletech to play. And then Privateer Press is right up there with GW. Star Wars Legion is a little less than GW. You just need less models, and it's plastic, not pewter. So I don't know. The cost of the pewter is less of a factor for me. It's more the posing and the quality of the sculpts. These guys at $5 a piece being about a third, give or take, maybe 25%. It depends on which pewter. Maybe a little bit more, whatever. But $5 versus 12 to 15. Maybe a third to a half, give or take what you're looking at. There's some areas that aren't perfect. Up here it could be cleaned a little bit, but all in all, for a plastic mini that's in the $5 range value, like these look really good. They're quite stellar. And then if the $12 to $15 range on the metal mechs is cost prohibitive to anyone, then you start looking at this and you're like, holy shit, this is a really good deal. Then if you're someone like me who comes from a 40k or let's say more mainstream tabletop environment, because this is more of a niche thing right now. I'm hoping it blows up. And you start looking at 40k where you're like, well, that Space Marine's $35 up to $50 or whatever. And then I look at this and I'm like, for $5 roughly per mech, if I was buying those force packs, it's like I could get 10 mechs for the same cost as this box of Space Marines, and each one's kind of unique. It's just you get more and that, and you won't you're probably never using all 10 at one time. So like the value for me is really there. So yes, and there you go, Thunderhead Studios popping on in. What's up, man? We were speaking of other people here who work on Battletech on stream. Check out Thunderhead Studios. You will not be disappointed. This guy is quite awesome. Does a lot of Battletech painting, and he does some really awesome Marvel Crisis Protocol stuff he's been working on too. And Mr. Thunderhead, you're catching me in a ramble about Battletech, as you often do. We had a guy who hadn't played since the 90s and was I was trying to convince to try out even just the new Game of Armor Combat box, just to dabble, see if he likes it, see the quality of the models and the sculpts. And you know me, spread the good word, try and promote a little bit of Battletech because I want to see it grow and succeed. I want to see it be a bit more mainstream, not in the sense that 40k is. Like, I don't want it to be like some crazy tournament game. But I would like to see it get a little bit more attention. I think it deserves a bit more than it gets, and I think some of it's recognition. So, doing my part to help promote the game. One little stream ramble at a time. You know me. You know me. And all the while trying to dabble around with some dry brushing. As usual, getting more talking in than painting. You know me. The best of rambles. Man, I keep putting my arm into my paint. Got 2 little gray streaks on my arm here. That I might rewash. That got a little bit too light. It's still not as precise as straight up edge highlighting, obviously, but like this isn't too bad. I'm a bit more surprised with the dry brush, this new one, than I thought I was going to be. That foot doesn't matter too much. I'm going to come over part of it with gold, but just in case there's any spots still visible. Hey, Teal Sakiri, what's up, man? How are you? If you guys aren't following, whoops, wrong guy. Hang on, sorry. If you're not following Mr. Teal Sakiri, pop on over, hit that follow button, show some hobby love, let him know who sent you. How are you doing? Also, through that grapevine, you know I heard about the Thunderhead Lance and the Amp Lance. How are those coming? You got some hobby updates for us? Yeah, I think that has turned out quite nicely. Alright, so that'll probably do it for the dry brush. So let's try and get some of this paint out of it. My mom got me this set of Army Painter dry brushes for Christmas, and I'm trying it out on stream today. I didn't know I was going to today, but giving it a shot. I like it pretty good. It's different. It's different than what I normally dry brush with. It's a different tool for a similar. It's a different tool to achieve effects with the same job. It depends on what you're going for. But yeah. I'm not as worried about brush soap forming a tip on this one, so trying to make sure I get like all the brush soap out as well. But I want to make sure I cleaned out the paint because since these are a little bit more expensive than what I normally use, I want to do my best to try and keep them alive for as long as possible. All right, I think that is pretty good. All right, so the brushes I'm using are these. I've got one Artist Opus that my mom got me, and I've got the Army Painter ones to try out different stuff. And kind of walk you guys through my experience with them, what I like, what I might not like. These were Christmas presents. And they're pretty soft. They're pretty soft. I really like that. But it's a different process. The Artist Opus ones are a lot more expensive, and they feel very similar, so I'll be able to kind of discuss what I like and don't like versus the price difference. So, sleeping, Mr. Bean today finally got a break from the busy times. Well, I'm glad you've been getting some time to catch up on sleep, Dagoon. You haven't started them yet? Oh, man, I thought we were going to get a hobby update. That's unfortunate. But time with the lady is also good time spent. Thunderhead, I've got a feeling that that's probably going to be the case as well. I think that is likely why the Army Painter came out with theirs at the price point that they have. They're a lot cheaper. And Crossbow is mentioning using makeup brushes. Yep. I think it was Useless Wizard who turned Austin from DRD, my boss, onto buying some. We have a whole box of different makeup brushes to try. So that is awesome, Dagoon. I'm glad to hear that it's catching some traction. That makes me happy. Makes me happy. All right. So, on that bombshell note, we've got our dry brush down. And I am going to be taking a break here to go empty the bladder here and refill this tragedy. It's always sad when your coffee's gone. But I got a little baby Yoda to keep me company. Hee hee! Hello, guys! Do a little magic hand thing. Dee 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 dee. Anyway, so I got my little baby Yoda to keep me company, but I am going to take a step away, empty the bladder, and refill my coffee mug. If you guys have been getting any hobby progress in that you would like to share with us, I highly encourage you to take this time to grab some links, throw them in if you've got an Instagram, throw some images up on our Facebook group or Discord, or all three, which would be awesome, and or tag me on Instagram when you post something. That would be great. But I'm going to take that step back here, use the bathroom, grab my coffee. Coffee's not coming from the bathroom, I promise you that. And then we'll be back to the stream in just a few minutes. So, I go to sit down. I plop the, what is it? Okay. Anyway, I go to sit down. I got my coffee. Then I gotta go all the way back to the house to get these. And look at her. She's like, give me that. That one was from Clan Wolf. Do-do-do. Was that good? Was that good? You got one from Lando too. Where's that? Where's that? You one from Lando. Say, Lando, give me that treat. Give me. Say, Lando, give me that treat too. Num 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 num. Num 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 num. Is that good? You like that treat? You like that treat? You want to say thank you? Hmm? You want to say thank you? You tell him? You tell him? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? You gonna tell him? You say thank you? What do you see? You see Baby Yoda? What's this? Well, yeah, they didn't claim it, but I got the third one. I got the third one. Yum, 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 yum. Yeah. 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 There you go. You got your 3 treaties. You got your 3. This dog barks at a lot of stuff. She barks at Amanda every time she comes over. Like she's the enemy. I love you, pretty girl. I love you. Now that you got dog hair floating around my room. That's the last one. That was it. You got 3. That's all you get. 3's the max. I love you. I gotta get back to painting. I love you. That was it. There's no more. Can we tell him? Just say I'm famished. You can see my rib cage. No one ever feeds me. They don't. I'm a neglected doggy. If you give me more treats, I'll be happy. I love you. That's it. There's no more. And she's like, bye, Dan. Bye. All right. Whew. Had to get that refill on the coffee. All right. So, I believe a little steam there. We were into working on our golds now. This is the plan. So, let's go ahead and mix up some gold paint here. And we'll see how much we can get down before the end of the stream. Oh. I know there's paint in here. I can hear you swishing. You were swishing. Yeah, there's still paint in here. I could hear you. I don't know why the dropper wasn't working. Whatever. Alright, let's grab just a little smidge of water. Just a little quick little dribble. Boop. Alright. And since we're done with the wet palette for today, we're going to go ahead and move that out of the way. live over here now. Wet palette. For a little bit at least. Just a little bit. I don't have enough room for all my shit. Ooh, I didn't even realize I had that. You can go somewhere over there. You live there now. Can you fit under this? Haha! Room made. Nice. Can you... you just go right there. That's fine. Alright. How did we flake? How did gold paint flick all the way over there? That doesn't make any sense. I didn't know that was possible. He had like a drip of gold paint that shot over there, and I don't know how. That was weird. Who knows? Alright, so what I want to do is we're going to do our gold stripe on this this leg here. I think that is probably a good enough width on it. Okay. And there's no real rhyme or reason to the thickness of it. I just try to do something that looks natural for the model. In this case, with the natural separation of armor plates, this seemed to be the best place to select for his gold stripe. And some of those areas might need a second pass. We'll address that when the time comes. Okay. Okay. Clan Wolf, how's your white minis coming? I think you said you were working on a World Eater today. How is that transpiring? That's fair. That's fair. I'm gonna hop over into Discord. If you decide you want to ramble, let me know. Well, I mean, if you pop over, then I'll know. No pressure. Okay. Okay. So we almost got that stripe done. Or at least the base done. Okay.